name's Robin Lambert, I'm 20 years old and I have cerebral palsy, but you guys know me as the T-Rex and you're watching My T-Rex Life. Yeah! How are we already halfway through November? It feels like this year has just flown by. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. It's like, stressing me out. But we're halfway through November. I thought now is a great time to talk about the things that I've been loving throughout October and November. So here are all the things that I've been digging over the last couple of months. Number one on my list is Benjamin Clementine's new album, I Tell a Fly. Now, I've been following Benjamin Clementine for a little while now, ever since he did NPR's Tiny Desk concert, which is another thing you should check out if you haven't already. The NPR's Tiny Desk concerts have opened my horizons when it comes to music and introduced me to so much unique and interesting new music. And I don't know what I would do without a Tiny Desk concert now. So check that out. But anyway, back to Benjamin Clementine. I've been following him since he did this Tiny Desk concert and since his collaboration with the Gorillaz on Hallelujah Money. And I just love this guy. He's so unique and different. He's like nothing I've heard in ever. But he's got this new concept album out called I Tell a Fly, which I believe came about when he applied for a visa for the US, and on the forms it said he was an alien with remarkable talents. And this gave him this whole idea for this concept album about the refugee crisis and the situation in Aleppo and our current political climate, and also just cause two flies that are in love. But what I love about this album is just its quirkiness. He brings this classical piano and his operatic singing style with this electronic distortion and like screeching and murmuring. It's a really awkward album to listen to, but it just has so many magical moments and it's just so unique and crazy and quirky, and I absolutely love it. So definitely check out Benjamin Clementine, I Tell a Fly. Number two on my list is something you probably already know about. It's the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I know, it's got so many subscribers and you probably already know about it, but I've just been loving it so much recently. Now, I don't read as much as I used to, and don't worry, I feel very guilty about it. I hardly ever read these days, and you know, just time and money and but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts because I feel like I'm getting everything that I miss out on in the form of a podcast, which I can listen to, you know, while I'm doing other things, wherever I am. And I love the Joe Rogan podcast because the conversations are so interesting and diverse, and I feel like I get so much knowledge and information from them. I love the variety of guests that are on the podcasts. You know, you have doctors, you have dietitians, scientists, comedians, actors, singers, fighters, just environmentalists, you know, all sorts of really interesting and cool guests that talk about so many diverse things and bring such unique perspectives. And I feel like I've just learnt so much recently from the Joe Rogan podcast. So if you haven't already, if you're not one of the million or so subscribers or whatever, definitely check it out. Number three on my list, how could I go by without talking about Stranger Things Season 2? I've been waiting for it for so long, and it just lived up to all of my expectations. I really did just love it. The nostalgia, the cinematography, the acting, just everything about Stranger Things is just perfect. I got parents that grew up in the 80s, you know, so they educated me on all of those 80s, you know, kids movies, and I just love Stranger Things. I really love the soundtrack to Season 2 as well, and if you're on Spotify, you should definitely check out the playlists that have been inspired by each character of Season 2. They're awesome. But yeah, I just, I loved how, you know, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but, you know, I think it wrapped up the season beautifully and, you know, answered all of the questions from Season 1, but also left room for the other two seasons, which I was really happy about because I didn't want it all to be wrapped up and think, how are they going to scrimmage for another 2 seasons? But yeah, Come on now, you must have seen it. If not, go watch Stranger Things. The next thing is actually my wonderful bedding from IKEA, because it is so adorable. Just look how cute it is! It's got so many cute little flowers on and I've been wanting some different bedding for a while now. I've kind of just had really boring monochrome bedding for a long time because I was trying to keep my room like pretty chill. But I just love this bedding. It's so adorable and like 70s inspired with the colours and the designs. And they have a bunch of really cool bedding in it at the moment. Like not just this one, there were so many that I would have bought. So check out IKEA's bedding range. My favourite fashion item for this month has been my Gorman Mom Jeans. Now I am so far behind in terms of getting mom jeans. Everyone's been wearing them for like ever and I've never owned a pair. Because I've never found a pair that really say Robin. But I finally did in Gorman, which is an Australian brand. If you live overseas you can order it offline. But these Gorman pants, they have like tiny little elephant teapots on them. And they're an amazing fit and they make me feel just like smoking. So, yeah, I love these jeans. And the final thing on my list, the thing that I am most excited about, the thing that I'm most happy about, is that Australia has officially voted to bring in marriage equality. And if all goes well, we should have marriage equality in Australia by Christmas. Now, we all know the postal vote was a stupid way to go about things. We shouldn't have even needed to have a vote in the first place. But I'm just so happy that almost every electorate voted in favour of marriage equality. And that we're finally seeing that in Australia, because we are so far behind the rest of the world when it comes to this issue. And I'm just so happy that, you know, our voices have been heard and this is going to be a thing. So, yeah, love wins, guys. Love wins. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this favourites video. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourites have been for October and November. But most importantly guys, remember to stay shiny because I love you.